Hi everybody, this is Corbin, and today I have an exciting project that I've been working on. This is my capstone project for Flatiron School. It is a React application that uses Thunk to make asynchronous calls to a Rails API. So without further ado, let's get started. So I made a storefront, and I figured while I made a storefront, I could teach people a little bit about houseplants. So I made Leafit, and I have on the home screen here a big diagram of the different light zones in your space. This represents the brightest space, which is 1, which is right in the window. It's the direct light. And then 2, 3, with 4 being the darkest. And I wanted to use that as a guide before you really got into things. I figured maybe I could help someone pick the right plant for their space. And to do that, I made a API and I filled it with 25 different plants. These are all real plants. And I tried to make the information as accurate as possible. You can see I incorporated the botanical name. I made a list of whatever light zones that plant will survive in, as well as the water needs. 1 being like a desert plant, and 3 being a plant that you're going to have to be constantly monitoring the water. I also put a brief description and then any special notes that I liked about a plant at the bottom. And then right now my cart is empty. That's because I'm not signed in. However, you can still access the site without signing in, but let's go ahead and sign in so I can show you what you can do with your cart. So now that you're signed in, my cart's still empty. Oh no. Well, let's get started and let's go ahead and add a couple plants here. So let's get some philodendrons. Those are good. So we'll click add to cart, and that's going to add to our cart. So let me expand my state here so you can see I've got my current user that's signed in. I've got all my 25 different plants here. And then I've got your current cart. So each of these is your cart item. All right, and I'll expand on these. So right here where it says quantity, if you wanted to update that number, you can do that. You just go in here, you say you wanted 3 of them. You click update, you can see it updates here. You can go ahead and close that form for now. And right here, the quantity has updated in the state. And then if we wanted to change the rubber tree, say we wanted 2 of those, click that over here. And you can see the quantity has updated to 2 as well. And then, you know what? I actually changed my mind. I don't want the philodendrons. If you click remove, it'll take it away. You can see it's no longer listed in your cart in the state. And that's thanks to the asynchronous calls that are being made to the server. So let me show you what this looks like in the code. Drag this over. So this is my application. I did it all in a single repo because I plan on sending this over to Heroku, where it could be a live version that people could play with. But for now, let's just take a quick tour. So we'll start with the back end. I've got all my various controllers here, namespaced, of course, for version 1. I do plan on implementing another version later, but you can see I've got all my different controller actions. I've got sessions, which is how people are logging in and logging out. I've got users. And then I made use of serializers to make the hash that's being sent over to the front end just how I wanted it. In the client here is all my front end. So we can close that. So I've got my front end here. This is the SR, all the scripting. So you've got my actions. I've got my reducers and my components. I've got a lot of different components. I only needed 5 of them, but as you can see, I went well over that. I got some Rails routing that sorry, not Rails routing, React router that I implemented. That's to get the custom URLs as well as clickable links to the different compartments. I didn't actually end up using the main container in the end because I implemented that Rails router or React router, so I didn't need to do that. With Thunk, I've got all my asynchronous calls. So these are my reducers. And then I've got my actions up here. I can show you those. So this is for logging in. I had to enable cookies, so I had to add this little line. That was a fun thing to learn. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. This was the hardest phase for me in Flatiron. However, I did find it pretty rewarding because I got to add on to my JavaScript knowledge, and I really enjoyed JavaScript, and so a chance to expand on that I really welcomed. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Look forward to seeing you next time in whatever project I have for you next. So hope you guys have a great day, and thanks for stopping by.